Hello, viewers and listeners of iRadio. Welcome to this special program where today we are at Juba Teaching Hospital. We'll be focusing on issue to do with blood donation. With me, we have Dr. Angelo Aroup. You are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure.
Yes. Would like you, if you can briefly explain to us the current status of the blood donation services in South Sudan.
Well, thank you very much, iRadio, for having me here today to talk about blood donation and blood generally. Issues to do with voluntary blood donations are being taken care of by the National Blood Transfusion Service, where I lead as a director for the National Blood Transfusion Service under the Ministry of Health. And we have been so much proactive in activities to do with voluntary blood donation, where we have been mobilizing voluntary blood donors. We have been going for awareness campaigns, also having a center at the National Blood Bank, where we always wait for retained blood donors who come on a regular basis to come and donate blood. So our activities have been so much active, and we are on with them. Of course, there are a lot of challenges that the national institutions are facing, especially public institutions, but we have always been there to provide blood for those who need it, especially for emergencies.
Yes, thank you very much. And then another thing also, I want you, if you can talk about what is the really daily or monthly demand for blood, major hospital like Juba Teaching Hospital and other hospital around South Sudan.
Well, the demand is too high, and even with efforts that we put in, we don't usually meet the demand for blood. The demand for blood, according to World Health Organization's viewpoint, they believe that at least 1% of South Sudanese population must donate blood in order for us to meet the blood needs. So the supply and the demand have actually that great difference. So those who donate blood are very few in number, and those who need it are more.
What could be the reason why South Sudanese don't want to donate blood?
There are a lot of misinformations, and could be something related to our cultures, where people are not so much into blood donation. People believe there are a lot of myths regarding voluntary blood donation. People believe that when you donate blood, you will have have insufficient blood to keep you running for daily living. Others always cite economic crisis. People are not eating well, so they sometimes tend not to accept issues to do with voluntary blood donation. Some other myths could be related to cultures where people or ignorance. Let me put it, could be ignorance. People think that if you give your blood to somebody, or if you receive blood from a female, you behave like a female, which totally doesn't really make any sense, because voluntary blood donation is key. And as I said earlier, a greater percentage of South Sudanese, at least 1%, needs to donate blood, accept blood donation in order for us to move forward and meet our needs.
Yes, as a director for the South Sudan blood banks, what are the things you're doing in order to let South Sudanese come forward and donate blood?
Well, among our activities that we're doing, we have a vast variety of activities that we do on weekly, on daily basis, because we are seated at National Blood Transfusion Service, waiting for voluntary blood donors. We not only do that, we also move to the public and do awareness campaigns. Try to pass information, knowledge, in order for people to understand the value of voluntary blood donation, and then be able to come forward and donate blood. We also do radio talk shows. Where necessary, we go for radio talk shows, television shows, to aware the public on the importance of voluntary blood donation. And then, basically, we have a lot of other strategies that we have put in place in order to have blood donors.
We will come to that, but now I would like to talk about issue to do with challenges. What are the biggest challenges facing the blood bank in collecting and also storing safe blood across the country?
Yeah, the leading challenge is that South Sudanese are not accepting voluntary blood donation. And that lack of acceptance alone is a very big problem. People are not donating blood. People are not coming to voluntarily to give blood. They only wait until their relatives are sick, and this is when they start donating blood, which really doesn't help in times of emergencies. So this is one of the biggest challenges. Of course, other challenges are logistic issues. We have a lot of logistic problems. We can be able to operationalize our strategies just simply because we lack funding to support most of our activities. Yeah.
You talk about issue to do with South Sudanese are not coming forward to give voluntary blood donation. So what is being done to encourage more people to come and donate?
Well, basically, it's voluntary blood donation is by will, and in most cases is for us going out and do awareness campaigns, go to the public, aware them on the importance of voluntary blood donations, and basically engage those who have already started to be retained donors, engage them in our activities, and we have associations for voluntary blood donors. So we make them enroll for those associations and even establish clubs in schools. We have been doing this as some of the activities that we do. When we go for a campaign in one of the public universities or secondary school, we always have to form donors clubs. And these donors clubs are meant to keep or retain voluntary blood donors. They are also meant to do peers-to-peers awareness campaigns in schools. Yeah, basically. But then, of course, the challenges are enormous. Issues to do with logistic, facilitating activities to go and do blood drives every day is challenging because you will be restricted. You need fuel to fuel the cars. You need to pay volunteers incentives. At least, and those have been actually our constraints. They have kept us back. Yes. Because we can't be doing that.
Yes, Dr. Angelo, you talk about challenges, you talk about what is facing South Sudanese, but I would like you to tell our audience and also our viewers, what is the benefit of somebody going forward to donate blood? Because there's a kind of issue of stereotyping, like if I give my blood, or if I take blood from a female, or become like a female, will behave. So what are the benefits of having somebody to donate blood?
Well, voluntary blood donation, first of all, the outstanding benefit is that you would have saved somebody's life, and that is the most important thing. There's nothing that you can do, in order to buy that, that privilege of having saved somebody's life. The only way is for you to donate blood, and I believe that is number one ranking in the benefits that a donor gets after donating blood. Of course, though the recipients benefit because their life has been saved. And that alone is an achievement. Secondly, when you donate blood, you actually check your health because we do screening. We do screening for diseases, STIs, so sexually transmitted diseases or whatever infectious diseases. So we always do that free screening for our voluntary blood donors. So I believe if you donate blood, you will be checking on your health every time. There is counseling, health advice that is given to you in case also you are found to have, infections or whatever. You will be advised and be directed and guided to where to get your treatment, which is a benefit. You wouldn't have gotten it if you did not come up to donate blood. The other aspect is that, when you donate blood, you actually join the community of voluntary blood donors. And I personally am a beneficiary of voluntary blood donation. I established Blood Donors Club at the University of Juba when I was a student, and now I'm the director of National Blood Transfusion Services. So it is through these activities that you come up to the public and you will be entrusted to be a stakeholder in whatever your interest is. Yeah.
You talk earlier about a strategy of the National Blood Bank. I've been in some states, even including here in Juba. Sometimes you find somebody is sick and then they are looking for blood, and sometimes they end up going to relative or friends. So do you have any strategy to have these services extended to other states? even including here in Juba, because we say we have only one blood bank here currently.
Surely. Surely we have, the National Ministry of Health has laid down strategies some time back. And these strategies are meant to reach the grassroots, to extend these blood donation services to the grassroots. This simply starts at the national level. We have the National Blood Transfusion Service, which is the national blood bank where it is situated, and then we have regional blood bank. We have regional blood services, and these regional ones are here in Juba. It starts with us because we also have, it actually was meant to be a regional, and then the national has to be built. But for the meantime, we are operating as one, two in one. But then we also have in WOW, we also have in Malakal. So these regional institutions are there, only that they really need to be equipped and empowered, have a trained human resource there and provide support, funding, operations to be there. But these institutions are existing. Even in Torit, we have a blood bank in Torit. We also have blood bank in a number of states. But some of these blood banks are not directly under our control. They are being supported by partners. The partners are the ones supporting. But of course, we are the one regulating them as a national institution. Yeah. So these institutions do exist. And even in the hospitals, such as Juba Teaching Hospital, we have a blood bank, hospital blood banks. And they are in a number of like if you go to military hospital, we have a blood bank.
You have enough blood now?
The blood bank, usually the hospital blood banks are operating in a manner that they do family replacement. So if a relative is sick and they need blood, definitely relatives will come and donate. So this is another
There are some cases where people, they don't have a relative and they're in need of blood.
Yeah. And that becomes so difficult. This is where now you have to refer them to the National Blood Bank. If you find whatever pints of units there, then
and if you don't find,
then that is a challenge. Yeah, that is a very big challenge, and that's why we are here.
And how are you addressing it?
It is still simple. We will still call. Blood is not manufactured anywhere. We cannot go to any factory and say you manufacture more blood, or just like printing pounds or whatever. No, it's not like that. Here you have to get it from a person. Okay, and that person has to be a voluntary blood donor who wants to give his or her blood to simply help whoever will come with emergencies. Nobody knows. It could be your relative, it could be your, whatsoever. So you have to bank your blood so that we save lives. But people are not doing that. Yeah, but we have continued to aware them. This is the most important thing we can do. We have to aware them. This is your role as a citizen. It's a role of a patriotic citizen to come up and be able to donate blood and be able to save lives of others.
How often do blood shortage lead to loss of life in hospitals, especially during childbirth and also incidents or accidents?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the areas you have mentioned are very important areas that actually are very demanding when it comes to blood donation or need for blood transfusion. These areas are very demanding, and these are the areas we so much fight day and night to ensure that we at least have a pint of blood in the National Blood Bank, so that when such emergencies arise, that blood can be used to save that life. Of course, we don't have statistical figures to state that this number of people were lost due to, to anemia or due to lack of blood. We don't have that data with me currently, but I'm sure there are lives that have been lost. There are lives that I cannot deny. There are lives that might have been lost simply because that's what I just told you. I don't have that statistic now, but that is a collective responsibility, because the clinician managing those patients should take the lead in providing us with the required data. That to us, we call it hemovigilance. So whatever process that is being done, or lack of blood or blood transfusion being done, whatever that comes out of that is supposed to be monitored. Yes, and reported to the National national blood transfusion services.
Yes, you talk about challenges, and now let me ask you, how much support does the National Blood Bank receive from the government or maybe international partners?
Well, we are a government entity. The support is, as usual, is just like any other institution support, and we know the challenges that our nation is going through, and we can't blame it on anybody. We believe that things will get better and our services will come back. So we are doing what we can within the little we can to keep the national blood transfusion service running, just like any other institution is doing so. Of course, we are an institution that do not come into contact with money in any way, because the blood that is donated by voluntary blood donors goes free of charge. It has to be delivered to those who need it, and that is it. So we don't generate money. So it is the budget that the Ministry of Health gets through the gross national budget that we benefit from. And sometimes this budget can be limited. And
for the benefit of our audience and listeners, how much budget for the national blood services?
Well, the national blood services is in the pool of the health of the Ministry of Health, and the National Ministry of Health gets about 1 to 2% or 3% of the annual total annual budget. So we are in that pool. We are in that pool. Sometimes we don't get anything, but that is it. That's where we belong.
Yes, we understand the situation in our country. But now, are there any ongoing partnership, maybe with NGOs or UN agencies to improve blood services in South Sudan?
Well, yes. Previously, we were being supported by UNDP through Global Fund, and we were also supported by South Sudan Red Cross, which is a national society. They have been in support. But then most of these projects came to an end last year in December. And since then, we have been struggling here and there to keep the national blood transfusion services running at zero cost, almost zero cost. But of course, on daily basis, we contact individuals who are willing to support us. If you can be able to support at least one blood drive, fuel our car, we go to Muniki and do blood drive, fuel our car the next day, we go to Konya Konya and do blood drive, or we go to Juba Mosque, wherever. So that is how we are surviving up to date. Yeah, but with hopes that things will get better.
Yeah. So before we wind up, let me get back about the issue of budget. What budget constraint does the bank blood face, and how do these affect operations?
Yeah, of course, lack of money. Everything requires money for it to operate, and therefore, for any institution to operate effectively, we need money. And of course, as I told you, we have a general challenge as government institutions. We don't have enough money to cover our budgeted activities. Yeah, so this is basically a national challenge, and I'm quite sure you're aware of this.
Yes, Dr. Angelo, you talk about issue awareness. So now, do you think there is enough public awareness about the importance of regular blood donations?
Yes, it might not be enough, but we are doing what we can on a daily basis to see that information reaches out, and that is why we are here today, just to make sure that this meeting of ours was organized by South Sudan Doctors Union. You can see Dr. Zakaria is just around here. This was organized basically to ensure that we actually reach out to people, aware those who do not know the importance of voluntary blood donations and the challenges that it is facing, so that if we can join together, we can be able to solve most of these problems. The most important thing is identification of the problem. Once we know what is the problem, we can collectively resolve it.
Yes.
So,
yes, lastly, what is your message to our audience and viewers who will get this message about the issue of the blood in South Sudan?
Well, my call is simple on South Sudanese. I would really urge all South Sudanese, especially young people. Of course, we know the criteria of voluntary blood donation. We don't just take blood anyhow. We basically have a technical team that will screen your blood or actually get to know your blood levels before they collect blood from you. So these issues of fearing to come up and bang your blood is not going to take us anywhere. It's not going to help us. The most important thing is for you to step up. If you're really a patriotic citizen, then you have to step up, come and donate blood, and keep the National Blood Bank with blood, adequate blood to respond to emergencies and save lives of mothers who are giving birth, save lives of children who are malnourished at Al-Sabah Hospital or across the country, save lives of those who are going for surgeries, save lives of those who have had accidents. And the best way you can do that is by you coming up voluntarily and be able to donate blood and save lives of our people. That doesn't take anybody. I, who is standing before you here, have donated 36 times, and I continue to donate.
36?
Yes, 36 times. Because I started right from high school, yes, and I've been donating up to date. So I believe, and you can see, I don't have any difference. It's just that you have to step up and be able to stand in for your people. That's the most important thing. So I urge all South Sudanese to at least think of visiting the National Blood Transfusion Service or organize, campaigns and let us come and bleed even at your place of work. We are ready to do so. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you.
With these listeners and viewers of iRadio, we have come to this special program. I'll be with you, Obajaku Shagal. Thank you very much.